ER at midnight in the county seat town. TV on mute, fluorescent hum loud. Pregnant teen with a hand on her side. Old roofer coughing like his chest got wires. Little boy feverish in Spider-Man socks. Mother counting dollars in the parking lot. Hoping the cold bay don't wreck the week. Hoping urgent don't translate bankruptcy. At the desk said Anna, bilingual smile. Seen pain arrive in every social style. Rich folks angry, poor folks apologetic, as if illness itself had become a steady. Behind a plexiglass form stacked like snow. Insurance cards deciding how fast you go. She watched a man with a tie and a wristwatch gleam get roomed in 10, while the uninsured woman waited 3. America in the waiting room, pain under fluorescent moon. Take a seat, hold your breath, sign your name. Pray your coverage and your body play the same vain game. America in the waiting room. Some people heal, some people get consumed. Not by disease alone, but by debt and delay. In the richest country, making the sick one more bill away. Room 6 held Raymond, 50 line cook hands. Burn scars, odors, rent and canceled plans. Pancreatitis fled, he knew the drill. Pain scale 9, wallet at 0 still. Nurse Jada moved quick with Tiger Grace. 12 hours in, and the mask mark still on her face. She lost 2 co-workers in the pandemic year. Now management called it staffing challenges with a grin too clear. Resident doctor fresh from med school dead. Spoken acronyms to stay safe from regret. Learn the distance just enough not to drown. Cause empathy full time can pull a person down. But some nights the wall cracks anyway. Like when a homeless vet gets discharged by data. No address, no rehab bed, no ride. Just papers and a sky too wide. And I watch families become translators for pain. Watch grandmothers choose wait it out again. Watch addiction charted like a moral stain. Watch psych patients park for days without a lane. She knew healthcare was a map of power and zip. Knew who arrived late cause they feared the script. Knew women of color got told it's stress. Still the scan said danger and the silence confessed. What kind of hope survives inside a market? What kind of mercy needs prior authorization? What kind of nation tells the sick to wait? Then act surprised when the waiting turns gray. Hey. Bite on the roof or got admitted upstairs. The pregnant teen was stable, still scared. Little boy's fever broke with meds and rest. Mother cried in relief, then cried over the cost next. Raymond left at noon with a paper sack. 2 prescriptions, 1 impossible to bring back. And I slipped him a list of free clinics west. Not justice, just one more gesture against the mess. She drove home past billboards for luxury care, where healthy models smile through a private glare. Thought about quitting every other week. Thought about the faces she still see in sleep. But next shift she returned with coffee and pens. Cause some people stay where the fracture is, not because they accept it, because witness is part of resistance. America in the waiting room, pain under fluorescent moon. Take a seat, hold your breath, sign your name. Pray your coverage and your body play the same game. America in the waiting room. Some people heal, some people get consumed. Not by disease alone, but by debt and delay. In the richest country, making the sick one more bill away. Take a number, feel inside. Tell us where it hurts. Now tell us how long you can afford to wait. lights flicker in the skyline. Sirens echo through the night. Train away to some basement. Everybody holding breath. Blackout city, power gone. Only sirens singing songs. Darkness crawling down the street. Concrete cold beneath our feet. Blackout city, windows glow. From a candle down below. People waiting for the dawn, but the power still ain't on. Subway train stuck underground. Crowds just standing with our sound. Phones dying one by one. Modern life suddenly undone. Elevators frozen still. Hospitals on backup wheel. Doctors racing all-way floors. Life depending on a cord. Old man sitting on a stool, watching shadows slowly move. Says he's seen this type of night when the system lost the fight. Blackout city, power gone. Only sirens sing songs. Darkness crawling down the street. Concrete cold beneath our feet. Looters running through the mall. Broken glass across the hall. Police lights spinning red. Rumors spreading through the thread. Neighbors gathering outside, passing water side to side. Sometimes crisis shows the truth. Sometimes chaos takes the root.
Electric cage built on wires thin. One small crack and it caves in.
Morning finds a quiet town. Helicopter circling down. Reporters asking what went wrong. People say it's been this long.
Power back, but something changed. Trust don't switch the same.
Sunday service ended at noon. By 3 o'clock the block had tape on it. Everybody said senseless, as if nonsense pulled the trigger. Pastor Leon preached from Luke that morning about prodigal sons and the cost returning. Front row, Miss Brenda clapped with both hands. 3 rows back, twins in matching pants on the sidewalk after. Old folks smile slow. Kids chased each other where the weeds still grow. Then Darnell came late in the wrinkled white tee. Fresh out 6 months, trying to just be seen. He hugged his aunt, dodged questions, lit a smoke. Said to his cousin, I'm good, and almost meant it. Parole officer tomorrow, job interview Tuesday. Trying to stay clean through the old ways. But Marcus pulled up in the Charger with bass. Gold fronts flashing, grief in his face. His younger brother died 2 summers before. In a shootout, nobody fully knew the reason for. He still blamed Darnell of the set, or the air, or the whole damn block for not stopping it there. Blood money Sunday, church clothes in the street. Him is still ringing while the shell casing speak. Everybody says it wasn't supposed to be this way, but this is what happens when pain learns to pray. Blood money Sunday, candles by night. Mothers asking God what justice look like, and the offering plate can't buy back bread. When vengeance starts dressing itself up as respect. Marcus stepped out stiff, like a man in a robe. Hand on his waist, jaw locked, hard as stone. Darnell saw the posture and the old script wait. Every sermon in the world ain't fast enough to break. They spoken, codes first. Neighborhood grammar, still standing, still breathing. You still with them, nah, but trauma don't care if the words stay low. It hears ghosts talking beneath the tone. Brenda saw it forming before anyone else. Older women, no stones by the tension itself. She shouted, now I hear, like place might matter, like asphalt by a church. It's holier ground after for one. Second Marcus looked 13 again. A little boy in a funeral suit, missing his friend. Then somebody revved an engine, somebody moved wrong, and history chose the fastest song. 2 shots, then 4, then everybody ran. Children under cars, deacons hit the ground. Darnell fell first, clutching his side. Marcus stumbled backward with that astonished pride. People remember violence and fragments and heat. A hill without a shoe, spilled juice in the street. Pastor Leon pressing his tie against a wound, saying, stay with me, son, stay with me, stay soon. It's never senseless to the people inside. It's made of reasons, just none that justify. Grief, manhood, money, pride, old names. A country of guns and untreated pain. Darnell lived, Marcus died before the sun went down. The block split hard like it always does in a town, where a single shooting becomes 4 versions of truth. One for the old, one for the young, one for the boot, one for the boot. Brenda stopped singing for a month and a half. Said every hymn bent toward the aftermath. Marcus' mother wore his baby photo on her chest. Asked reporters why grief only matters when it's fresh. Pastor Leon changed his sermon notes for good. Started trauma groups in the fellowship room. No podium voice, just folding chairs in the ring. Let boys talk about fear like a human thing. Darnell took the stand in county court, they had fought not to bury a man, but to bury the cause. Inside himself that said blood should balance pain. Said I'm tired of funerals pretending to explain. Blood money Sunday, church clothes in the street. Even still ringing while the shell casing speak. Everybody says it wasn't supposed to be this way, but this is what happens when pain learns to pray. Blood money Sunday, candles by night. Mothers asking God what justice look like, and the offering plate can't buy back breath. When vengeance starts dressing itself up as respect. Sunday service ended at noon. By 3 o'clock the block had tape on it. Everybody said senseless, but the sadder truth was, it made too much sense for where they live. Step into the fire, better know the code. If you step into the fire, better know the road. Hey. Cause it get cold out of nowhere and when, cold out of nowhere and when, cold out of nowhere and when, cold out of nowhere and blow. Better stay away from the storm, you can't take the snow. Better stay away from the storm, you can't take the snow. Cause it get cold out of nowhere and when, cold out of nowhere and when, cold out of nowhere and when, cold out of nowhere and blow. Better stay away from the storm, you can't take the snow. Better stay away from the storm, you can't take the snow. Riding through the city when the night falls slow. Street lights shining through the window glow. Dreams that high like frozen towers. Every hour building power. Used to walk through the cold alone. Now the engines hum when the tires roll. Chain shining like a frozen lake. Every step heavy like an earthquake. Mama told me watch the road I take. Every move could shift your fate. From the corners where the cold went by to the stage under bright white lights. Now the crowd chanting through the sound while the bass line shakes the ground. Old friends watching from afar with a vision rising like a star. But the truth of the streets still show. Life get cold when the pressure grow. Cause it get cold out of nowhere and blood. 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 Better stay away from the storm, if you can't take the storm. Better stay away from the storm, if you can't take the snow. Cause it get cold out of nowhere and blood. 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 Better stay away from the storm, if you can't take the storm. Better stay away from the storm, if you can't take the snow. Late nights in the frozen glow. Every mile through the heavy snow.
You either rise or fall below when the wind starts to blow. Cause it get cold out of no wind blowing. 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 Better stay away from the storm, you can't take the storm, better stay away from the storm, you can't take the storm,
Oh, yeah. Ancient horizon. Yeah. Breath of the steppe. She rises with the wind. Breath of the steppe.
Rain on the pavement, London skyline. 808 glide like a bloodline. Inch of cold running through mine. Step in my chest, that's frontline. Gray clouds hanging, but I move steady. Ritual drum make the soul ready. City full of noise, old petty, but my spirit born wild, no heavy. Grandfather's echo in a low chant tone. Carry through flesh and bone. Concrete world, but I'm not alone. Wind is the voice I've always known. Freedom don't live in a paper crown. It lives where the wild hearts pound.
Even in towers of steel and stone, I feel that open ground. Freedom's calling the night. Taking life by our light. Oh, world power in a new world fight. Ooh, I am the daughter of the wind. Sky in my veins, earth under my skin. Fire and rain when my roots begin. You can't cage what lives within. I rise like thunder in the dark. Sacred flame, untamed heart. From the plains to the city sparks, I tear the silence apart.
Luxury lights, but the soul stay ancient. Night so cold, my face stay patient. World divided, truth feel vacant. Still a power, never complacent. She's a storm in a velvet disguise. Moonlight burning in her eyes. Every step redefine the skies. No chain can hold what never died. Tribe drum with a tribal swing. Urban pulse, but a step up on queen. Past and future in between.
Living bridge of what's unseen.
They try to measure worth in gold. Sell a story by a road. But the strength can't be bought or sold. It's written deep in the soul.
black paint. Curated beautifully. Gallery of the law, frames too clean. Paint on the wall made a luxury scene. They sell wine to the wounds we live. Call it art now, not where we were kids. I got invited to a downtown show. Photos of the projects in monochrome glow. Critics said raw, said urban sublime. I said that hallway smelled like trauma and time. There's money and distance, power and framing. A lot of our suffering gets renamed while they praise it. So I made my own exhibit out the verses instead. Let the block speak back, let the portraits get fed. Who gets to interpret the bruise? Who gets to check when memory moves? Now I hang our stories with the names intact. No anonymous pain or static tax. Gallery of the law, frames too clean. Paint on the wall made a luxury scene. They still wine to the wounds we live. Call it art now, not where we were kids. Still can't hold all of it.
Yeah. Rearview mirror got a memory in it. City lights drip like tears. Harlem in the rearview, still in my lungs. Yeah. Let it block, but the block still hum. Took on my back, but the past don't fade. Every sharp turn bring back them days. Hey, Harlem in the rearview, prayer in the smoke. Some made songs, some got caught with hope. I can't act new when I know it where I'm from. Whole world hit me, but I still hear the drums. Yeah, 1 cent with the corner store glare. Old heads outside like the time lived there. Little kids hooping by the bent up gate. Mothers at the window reading fear by shape. My brother wanted quick cash, fashion was fast lane. I wanted album covers and a different name. Same hallway, raised the same roaches, same heat. But the hunger inside us learned different speech. He said music cool, but survival first. I said survival hurt, but I'm trying to reverse it. He laughed like pain, only sounded one way. Then got swallowed by a system with a long gray face. I left with a backpack, notebooks, 1 chain. Train downtown, eyes wide, stomach full of rain. Met men in laws who spoke hard like God. Till I realized half of them just so mirage is hard. Harlem in the rear view, still in my lungs. Yeah. Let it block, but the block still hum. Still on my back, but the past don't fade. Every sharp turn bring back them days. Yeah. Harlem in the rear view, prayer in the smoke. Some made songs, some got caught with hope. I can't act new when I know where I'm from. Whole world hit me, but I still hear the drums. Yeah. First check hit, mama cried in the sink. Said I'm proud, but don't let this money make you blink. Meaning don't lose sight just because the room bright. Cause devil wear cologne and smile polite. I bought coats, rings, art for the walls, but I couldn't buy back 1 missed phone call. When my cousin got shot outside the deli sign, I was in Milan pretending I was doing fine. That's the curse of making it out too soon. You become half guilt, half expensive room, half gratitude, half survivor shame, half trying not to go back, half screaming your name. So I put the city in the records now. Every block, every wound, every lesson loud. Not to glamorize the cold we knew, but to show the flowers that still broke through. what you walk, your talk, your truth. Now we're not driving, the skyline bent. I talk to my younger self like a friend. Say you gon' bleed, but you won't fold. Say keep your heart strange and your heart control. Say every magazine cover got a cost. Every solid dinner with execs got lost. Every room that praises you could switch by dawn. So keep the block in your blood when the lights come on. And if the rear view shake with old names, I let it. It's part of the frame. Cause memory ain't a chain if you hold it right. It's a compass under luxury, a pulse in the night. Yeah, Harlem in the rear view, still in my lungs. Yeah, left the block, but the block still on. Silk on my back, but the past don't fade. Every sharp turn, bring back them days. Hey, Harlem in the rear view, prayer in the smoke. Some made songs, some got caught with hope. I can't act new when I know where I'm from. Whole world hear me, but I still hear the drums. Yeah, rear view glowing red. Still my city, still my blood.
This one starts in a hospital hallway. Third floor on College G. Vending machine hunter. Bread stuck in the door. Yeah. June was 52. Laughed like a porch in summer. Worked admissions at the county clinic. Never loved the number. On the paycheck, would love the women on the shift. Swap casseroles, gossip, lipsticks. Raised one daughter, lost one son at birth. Kept both in the heart with different hurt. Sunday quiet, I out the voice like warm tea. Knew every usher by memory. Yeah. She found a lump in April, almost ignored it. Said I ain't got time for another bad story. Insurance through work, but deductible mean. The first wave of tests came out of savings clean. Doctor spoke careful, eyes soft but trained. Early enough that we could still make a plan. Man, another funny word in America's mouth usually means how much can you survive before we price you out? Yeah. Her daughter Tiana had 2 kids and late rent. Work calls in the nights, every paycheck spent. June lied and said treatment made her a little tired. Didn't say the bills already look like fire. Yeah. Didn't say she cut the pills in half some weeks. Didn't say she drove home crying, too tired to speak. Didn't say fear sounds different when you're poor. It sounds like paperwork sliding under a door. Yeah. Her name was June and the room stayed cold while the doctor spoke numbers and the story got old. Not old to her, not old to the blood in the vein, but old to a system that industrialized pain. Her name was June, remember that right? Now female, age 52 in a billing file. A whole woman, a whole laugh, a whole life in bloom. And America still almost priced out June. Chemo took her head by August rain. She joked first and sat alone with the drain. Tiana shaved her own head one Friday night. Granddaughter cried and said, Nana, you still look right. They made soup from scratch, turned gospel low. Tried to keep the house from feeling like a waiting room. Church folk came through with envelopes and rides, and that kind of love kept the panic from the sides. With love can't negotiate with a billing code. Can't argue with the claim that got denied on hold. Can't fix the ride to the specialist 3 towns west. Can't make a body stronger when the body's under stress. Joan kept working part-time doing fusion fall, checking people in while her own future blurred. One man yelled over a copay at the desk. She smiled by habit and threw up in the restroom next at home. She hit the red overdue stamp. Tiana found him by accident in the kitchen drawer jam. Ma, ain't you tell me? June said, baby, you got enough. That's how love sounds in working families. Like concealment, like sacrifice, like I'm fine when it's rough. Who gets to heal in peace? Who gets a room, a drive, a time to grieve? Who gets to be sick without also becoming poor? What kind of nation leaves that question at the door? When it came in the scans, love mixed, some spots smaller, one new shadow thick. Doctor changed the regimen, changed the tone. June heard months where he didn't say gone. She started recording voice notes for the grandkids and recipe stories where the photo albums been. How to season greens, how to leave a bad man. How safe ain't magic, just the way to still stand. Tiana took FMLA she couldn't afford. Spent nights beside her mama on the ward. One evening June whispered, don't let them reduce me. So one more case study about people like me. So Tiana wrote every word in the notebook line. Every joke, every fear, every stubborn shine. June died in March before the dog was open. Church packed full, everybody hold it. Not just grief, but anger with a hymnal face. Set the map, the survival in this place. Tiana Leia spoke, better state house hearing. Handshaking hard, but her voice staying clear. Said my mother deserved treatment, not a maid. She deserved more life than what prophet gave. Her name was June and the room stayed cold while the doctor spoke numbers and the story got old. Not old to her, not old to the blood in her vein, but old to a system that industrialized pain. Her name was True, remember that right? Now female, age 52 in a billing file. A whole woman, a whole laugh, a whole life in blue. In America still almost priced out Joe. Third floor on college, then the machine humming, prayer stuck in a throat. Her name was June. Say it like a witness. Her name was June. Say it like a witness. On the beat. Yeah. Keep it fine, turn me up. Turn it up tonight. Yeah. Diamonds on the dial while the city lights glow. New ride sliding down the boulevard slow. Every move clean, keep the energy prime. Every step forward while the numbers climb. Fresh suit stepping in the penthouse view. Whole crew shining when we passing through. Private rooms in the late night call. Every win stacking up tall. New chains dancing in the camera flash. Every second moving way too fast. From the grind days to the global stage. Now the whole world reading the page. Shorty in the back with a velvet vibe. While the skyline glowing in the midnight ride. Keeping it prime, keeping it prime. Every single move by design. Keeping it prime, keeping it prime. Every night shining in the skyline. Keeping it prime, keeping it prime. Money coming in overtime. Keeping it prime, keeping it prime. Living every moment on a climb. Brand new engine with a chrome so bright. City reflections in the midnight light. Private flights when the tour begins. Every stage bringing louder winds. Numbers thinking while the beat goes loud. Whole world watching in the crowd. From the basement dreams to the rooftop here. Every mile proving to repair. They watching close but they moving slow. While the vision growing in the glow. New horizon when the doors unlock. Every verse hitting like a shot. From the ground floor to the highest tier. Now the future looking crystal clear. Keeping it prime, keeping it prime. Every single move by design. Keeping it prime, keeping it prime. Every night shining in the skyline. Keeping it prime, keeping it prime. Money coming in overtime. Keeping it prime, keeping it prime. Living every moment on a climb. Yeah. Yeah. Keep it prime. All night. Yeah. Keep it prime. Dim bar, soft bass. Everyone beautiful, everyone hiding. Last call to Mercer Street, glass is low. Yeah, everybody gotta see what they don't show. Lipstick on the rim, sorrow in the suit. Nightlife make pain look expensive and cute. Yeah, met a girl and let her with the same tattoo. Said I like your eyes, they look like they knew. I said knew what, she said how to leave. I laughed too quick cause I knew what she mean. By 3 a.m. the truth get loose. Drum bankers crying, models bruised. Promoters counting cash like prayer. Whole room spinning in design despair. Love's a light life, got a sad perfume. Everybody glowing, nobody immune. I left alone with the dawn train home, thinking all of us were running from someone. Maybe the city don't sleep cause it's scared of dream. Maybe style is just a polished green. Last call on Mercer Street, glasses low. Yeah, everybody got a secret they don't show. Lipstick on the rim, sorrow in the suit. Nightlife make pain look expensive and cute. Yeah, yeah. Spotlights up, melody gone. True station.
Hey, baby, trying to sleep upstairs. Lenny tryna sleep upstairs. Lennox have lullaby, soft but grand, yeah. Mama home low while the street lights dim. Little dreams trying not to wake. In the neighborhood where the floorboards shake, yeah, yeah.
Baby crib by the radiator is. Mother counting the hours she can't afford to miss. Father gone but not in the grave. Just ran from pressure in a different way. Outside,
Boys got names on chains inside. Grandma whispering old church refrains. Both trying to survive what the city became. One through softness, one through flame. Not every lullaby sounds gentle. Some are made from women refusing to break.
that baby grew, turned pain to art. Still hear sirens under every chart.
Lennox had lullaby, soft but grand, yeah. Mama home low while the street lights dim. Little dreams trying not to wake. In the neighborhood where the floorboards shake, yeah, yeah. Morning don't fix it. Maybe you.
Don't you open up that skyline, don't release that late night glow. City breathing through the neon, after dark is all we know. Don't come through the front entrance, take the side where shadows go. Keep it quiet, at the night vibe, after dark is all we know. Don't you open up that skyline, don't release that late night glow. City breathing through the neon, after dark is all we know. Party lights on a Sunday night, echo through the hills so bright. Wake up Monday, do it twice, living fast in neon lights. Spin a bag on a weekend run, moonlight dancing on the chrome. Phone buzzing but I'm gone, living in a different zone. 3 new cities in 1 week, every every station of the peak. Crowd jumping to the beat, baseline running through the street. Old stories in the rearview glass, moonlight's moving way too fast. Every second meant to last, living like the moment's vast. Who that knocking at the door? Keep it quiet, say no more. Private crowd behind the floor, and I don't fold in even more. Don't you open up that skyline, don't release that late night glow. City breathing through the neon, after dark is all we know. Don't come through the front entrance, street the south, the shadow flow. Keep it quiet at the night vibe, after dark is all we know. Yeah, at the night vibe, when the lights rise, when the bass hits, for that action, for they big it happen in the midnight sound. Every heartbeat when the bass goes down. City spinning when the nights around. Lost in motion when the crowd goes round. Late flights, just to hear me show. New city, but the same old glow. Engines humming down the road while the skyline starts to blow. Bottles shining in the violet lights. Music echo through the night. One moment double the height. Living fast and endless night. No sleep to the sunrise beam. Every night another dream. Every step another scene. Living life inside the stream. At the midnight vibe. When the speakers rise. Every soul alive. Anything can happen in the midnight vibe. Stacking moments day by day. Every step another way. People watching what we play. While the skyline fades to gray. City cruise inside the beat. Every rhythm through the street. Crowd jumping to the heat. While the bass line runners beat. From the rooftop to the stage. Every verse another page. Breaking free from the cage. Turn the night into a blaze. Late show under silver lights. Echo through the endless night. Every second burning bright. Till the morning starts to rise. Don't you open up that skyline. Don't release that late night glow. City breathing through the neon. After dark is all we know. Don't come through the front entrance. Take the sun with shadows go. Keep it quiet at the night right after dark is all we know.
Runway lights, so you know. Midnight runway, day like this. Hey, whole room cheering, bank still pressing. Beauty on the surface, panic in the chest. We all look fly till the truth get checked. Model walked past me with tears in her lashes. Manager said fix it, the room love flashes. I thought her mama sorting bills by pain. How glamour and survival share the same stage. I fronted luxury while my cousin got evicted. Sent money after shows, still felt conflicted. Cause every ad campaign said live above, while back home folks still choosing rent over lunch.
What is style without justice? What is beauty when the blood can't touch?
So I put the contradiction in the verse on purpose. Let the bass line carry all the hidden burdens. Midnight runway, day like that. Whole room cheering, bank still pressing. Beauty on the surface, panic in the chest. We all look fly till the truth get checked.
Cameras up. Bill's still there. Cameras up. Cameras up.
Cameras up.
Bill's still there. Oh.
Oh, 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 oh. Cold weather ethics.
Luxuries untold.
Mean cold morality, warm outside, cold within. Whole world judging how a young king live. If I wear wealth, do I hold more truth? If I came from hunger, can I still love proof? And the preacher said vanity can rot the soul. Then drove off clean in a foreign mode. When I learned young hypocrisy, wear cologne. And judgment usually come from people safe at home. I bought the cold cause when they used to bite. Cause I remember thin jackets and long dark nights. Sometimes abundance is a trauma response. Sometimes a luxury piece is a vow to your mom.
Don't moralize to shine. until you understand the code.
Still I ask what's enough each year, 'cause greed dress elegant when success near.
Mean cold morality, warm outside, cold within. Whole world judging how a young king live. Yeah, if I wear wealth, do I owe more truth? If I came from hunger, can I still love proof? One skin, heavy conscience. One skin, heavy conscience. One skin, heavy conscience. One skin.
I was looking at the skyline last night. Windows lit like 1,000 stories, but every reflection in that glass looked a little like me. Mirrors in the city show 1,000 lies, every window hiding silent cries. Concrete towers reaching to the sky, but truth still walking down below our eyes. Mirrors in the city show a different face, every dream moving at a different pace. Some people climb it, some people fall, but the mirror never lies at all. Little boy on the corner watching cars pass by, counting every license plate like time flying. Mama working double shifts at the clinic line, trying to make the rent before the deadline. Teacher told him he could be anything, but the neighborhood whispering different things. Police lights flashing like broken stars, every siren echoing through his heart. He learned early what silence means, when the system doesn't see your dreams, when the news only shows your block, when the cameras come only when shots pop. Mirrors in the city show 1,000 lies, every window hiding silent cries. Concrete towers reaching to the sky, but truth still walking down below our eyes. Politician speeches echo through the square, talking change like it's already there, but the corner store still closing early nights, 'cause fear walks louder than the city lights. Old man sitting on a bus stop bench says progress always comes inch by inch, but patience heavy when the rent goes high, and the future feels like a distant sky. Sometimes the mirror hurts to see, sometimes the mirror sets you free. But somewhere in the same night air, a kid writes poetry in a folding chair, words like keys to a locked up door. Maybe tomorrow holds something more. The city keeps reflecting truth, if we're brave enough to look.
Glass on the sidewalk, smoke in the dawn. News vans packing up, neighborhood still here. The riot hit after the verdict dropped. Crowds at the square, then the first brick launched. By midnight, stores burned on Madison Row. By 2 a.m., nobody knew where control would go. Tasha watched from the laundromat door, owned by her mother since '94. Same place kids did homework by the dryer's hum. Same place old men argue baseball till 1. Her brother marched that day with the sign in hand, said no justice, no peace, with thousands around. He meant every word to make them clean, but anger mutates once the gas hits the scene.
She saw a boy she knew from the basketball court, grabbed sneakers
from a window they could never afford. Saw one man set fire, then vanish in smoke. Saw 3 women form a chain to keep kids off the road.
Morning after the ride, who sweeps the glass? Who counts the damage? Who names the past? Who gets called criminal? Who gets called hurt? Who gets reduced to an image in the dirt?
Morning after the ride, cameras leave, but grief and clean up stay on the street. And every burned out block asks under his breath,
what kind of peace gets built from this kind of death?
By sunrise, helicopters stand out west. Tasha and her mother came in to assist. Front window cracked, 2 washers dead. Mural smoke black near the entrance steps. Mother said nothing for a long minute then. Picked up a broom like history again. Had taught Tasha young, this country takes twice. First with policy, then with advice.
Volunteers came by 9 with gloves and masks. Some from churches, some from protest camps. One white couple from the suburb hills said,
We just wanna help if we can still.
Tasha thanked them and it felt strange. How disaster rearranges names. How neighbors are born from the worst kind of night. How solidarity and spectacle can blur in the light. Her brother came back with pepper spray eyes. Guilt in his posture, fury not dry. Said the cops pushed first, said the crowd broke wide. Said he saw a medic kneel by a man who died.
Said he also saw boys take TVs and laugh, and didn't know what truth to do with that. Cause pain can be righteous and messy at once, and America loves when that complexity gets cut.
Was it a riot? Was it rebellion? Was it grief with no language left?
Was it all of it?
And who gets to define what the fire meant if they never inhaled the smoke?
A week later, the maid told with polished shoes. Promised rebuilding and community truth. Tasha almost laughed at the phrase on cue, cause the block had been telling the truth.
For years, through failing schools, over police nights, predatory loans, no grocery stores in sight. But only after flames did they come to listen. Only after damage looked expensive in the distance.
So she spoke at the meeting in the Rex in the gym. Voice steady though the rage stayed dim. Said don't ask us to heal back in the neglect. Don't board up windows and call that respect.
If you want peace, build something worth protecting. Build schools, clinics, jobs, actual belonging. Don't criminalize the smoke and ignore the spark. We've been living the tender long before the dark. People clap hard, some shifted in shame. Her mother stood taller, hearing her name. In the laundromat reopened by spring with the mural new children.
Race this, sun through blue. Not a miracle ending, not a clean repair. Still debt, still grief, still policy in there. But also memory organized into a voice. In a block that refused to let others make the choice. Oh, what the nightmare, and what the morning. Morning after the ride, who sweeps the glass? Who counts the damage? Who names the past? Who gets called criminal? Who gets called hurt? Who gets reduced to an image in the dirt?
Morning after the ride, cameras leave, but grief and clean up stay on the street. And every burned out block gas under his breath.
What kind of peace gets built from this kind of death? Glass on the sidewalk, smoke in the dome. News vans packing up, neighborhood still here. Still naming itself before someone else does.
2 a.m. in a neon bar. She typing a number in my phone. 2 cold drinks in and the music loud. And she saying things she might not own. Yeah. Late night lights on the avenue. Met her down by the neon stage, said she know it's me from far away. Friends grabbed the phone for a second quick, and the smile slowly faded away. She laughed at the way that I moved, said I danced like a fool in the room. I said you don't gotta join the groove, but she said maybe later soon. Ever since that night went wild, I've been drifting mile by mile. Every bar and every crowd got me spinning round and round. Girls like that just pull you in, like a song repeat again. They think with a friend, and the night just loops again. Two things that you're gonna learn tonight. They don't love you, they love the lights. If I had stayed home, I'd be alright, instead of chasing neon nights. If I was wise, I'd let it go. Leave those neon street girls alone. Neon girls, neon girls. Better leave those neon girls alone. People told me not to trust those downtown hearts after dusk. They see the stage and flashing lights and they gather up real quick. Walked inside to buy a drink. She said country songs make her think. She never liked rap before, but she stayed by the dance floor. Boots on the wood floor, tapping time. Guitar humming through the line. Crowd spinning like a carousel. Every story hard to tell. You try to leave, but then you stay. Every night turns the same way. Maybe I should slow it down. Find a road back to my hometown. Find a quiet place somewhere where the music's softer there. But every time the night begins, the neon glow just pulls me in. The neon glow just pulls me in. The neon glow just pulls me in. Two things that you're gonna learn tonight. They don't love you, they love the lights. If I had stayed home, I'd be alright, instead of chasing neon nights. If I was wiser, I'd let it go. Leave those neon street girls alone. Neon girls, neon girls, neon girls, neon girls. Better leave those neon girls alone. Neon street girls alone. Leave those neon girls alone. Leave those neon street girls alone. Yeah. Welcome to a weekend like always. Deep into the night and night in the fast lane. People say they bounce, say they talking loud, but they never move the crowd the same. Still awake when the sunrise glow. Phone lighting up, but I move slow. Light moving fast in a velvet room, running through the window. Walking through a weekend like always. Deep into the night in the fast lane. People say they bounce, say they talking loud, but they never move the crowd the same. They keep saying my time might fade away, but they money lost a little way. Messages waiting on my phone again. Reading them and never say. Glass of red while the city sleeps. Your new man counting every drink, trying hard just to play it cheap. While my circle moving bigly. This ain't hype, this a legacy. Half these voices don't impress me. People talk but they never see what it costs just to live is free. Big house views from the upper floor, lights reflecting on the marble floors. Every step like a chessboard move, every night open new doors. Some say fame change who you are, but the truth show who you were. I just kept the same old drive, while the world kept getting blurred. Working through a weekend like always. Deep into the night in the fast lane. People say they fast, so they talking loud, but they never move the crowd the same. Still awake when the sunrise glow. Phone lighting up, but I move real slow. Life moving fast in a velvet room with the skyline shining through the window. Yeah. Everything moving quick lately. Life look different when the vision grow. You know what I mean? 100 bands on the shine of a ring. Late flights, overseas with the team. Every night, turning dreams into scenes. Ever since the grind changed everything. 100 lights on the stage when we walk. Cry loud every time that we talk. Every move, got the whole world watching. Ever since the grind changed everything. I remember days when the pockets thin. Cold air to the broken van. Now the jet flying over oceans wide. While the skyline glow through the lane. Grandma praying in the living room. While the world moving fast outside. Told myself that the struggle soon will become a turning tide. From the basement beats and the late night round to the stadium lights and the platinum signs. Every chapter written through the grind. Now the world reading every line. New watch ticking with a diamond glow, but the hunger's still the same below. Every mile of the winding road, build the empire that we show. 100 bands on the shine of a ring. Late flights overseas with a team. Every night turning dreams into scenes. Ever since the grind changed everything. 100 lights on the stage when we walk. Crowd loud every time that we talk. Every move got the whole world watching. Ever since the grind changed everything. Stars rising like towers in the sky. Every loss turn a better try. People watching from the sidelines while we aiming higher every time. Luxury fabrics and midnight drive. City mirrors and a tinted ride. From the struggle where the dreams survive to the throne where the kings reside. Life move quick when the vision clear. Every year bring another tear. Every verse like a souvenir. From the road that we built right here. From the road that we built right here.
Working the weekend like a wave. Deep into the night in the fast lane. People say they pause, they talking loud, but they never move the crowd the same. Still awake when the sunrise glow. Phone lighting up, but I move real slow. Life moving fast in a velvet room, while the skyline shining through the window.
Late nights by the light. Turn that beat up. Put up in a brand new ride tonight. City lights glowing in the skyline bright. Every step heavy when the diamonds shine. Every move planned when the stakes decide. Walk through the mall with the crew beside. Luxury fabrics with a velvet vibe. They watching clothes but they can't decide. How the grind turn dreams to a rising tide. Furline coats in the winter, yeah. Cold chain swinging like a chandelier. Every room quiet when the crew appear. Every move louder when the bass is clear. Walk into the store, drop 50 on the spot. Whole team shining when the camera shot. They try to copy but they missing the plot. Every wave started from the ground we got. From the streets where the cold winds blow to the fast lane where the engines roll. Now the numbers stacking even more. Why the city echo every show? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stacks in the safe, getting bigger every day. Stacks in the safe, in the safe, in the safe, yeah. Stacks in the safe, yeah. Stacks in the safe, yeah. Stacks in the safe, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 numbers in a row, going up with the wave. Numbers in a row, yeah. Numbers in a row, yeah. Numbers in a row, yeah. Came from the bottom where the nights were long. Now the penthouse lights with a view so strong. From the city blocks to the mountain hills, every dream chasing bigger thrills. Used to walk through the cold alone, now the phone never staying on. Every car bringing bigger plays, every move opening better ways. They talk loud, they moving slow, while the engines roll and the windows glow. Private flags when the tour begins, every stage bringing louder winds. From the ground floor to the marble stairs, every step proving through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stacks in the game, bigger every day. Stacks in the safe, yeah. 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 numbers in a row, going all with the wind. Numbers in a row, yeah. Numbers in a row, yeah. Mighty black ride with the engine loud. Every night turning up the crowd. Diamond shining when the lights go dim. Every wind built from discipline. They watching close when the team arrive. Energy strong when the bass collide. No shortcuts on the road we ride. Only long nights where the dreams survive. From the street corners to the world stage, every rhyme writing another page. Now the skyline know the name. Every night fueling the flame. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, in a safe, in a lane. Bigger every day. Stacks in the safe, stacks in the safe, yeah. 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 numbers in a row, going on with the wave. Numbers in a row, yeah. Numbers in a row, yeah. Yeah. Late nights building empire. Cold roads made of fire. Now the numbers rising higher. Yeah, yeah. Whoa, yeah. Tough floor story, bottom floor squad. Penthouse parable, view too clean. Still see the gutter and the glass on me. God gave breath, city gave teeth. Now I pray in silk and berry grief, yeah. Came up where the hoist smell like bleach, where old women knew every preacher, every thief. Now I'm 30 floors up, we done poured it wine, but my sleep still rough like I owe back time. The man who saw me said be bigger than pain. Funny how the industry market is the same. They love a dark boy, dressed like wealth, as long as he don't speak too plain on self. I played that game till the mirror cracked, till I forgot what was performance, what was fact. Till a friend OD'd in the bathroom suite, and the after party kept going to the beat. Penthouse parable, view too clean. Still see the gutter in the glass on me. God gave breath, city gave teeth. Now I pray in silk and bury grief, yeah. My sister said you sound rich and sad. I said maybe success just amplified what I had. Maybe money made lonely, left with coolness. Maybe grief with resources, still stay ruthless. I donated cash, bought coke for the block. Still felt fake when the church doors locked. Cause guilt ain't washed by philanthropy. It only seems when truth gets deep. Top floor don't mean heaven. Sometimes it just means distance. So I open my house to the one still real. No cameras, no styling, just food and healing. Let the young ones rap in the living room, and let the old heads talk till the night turn blue. Maybe that's redemption. Not the plaque, not the fame, just making safe space from the wounds you became. Penthouse parable, view too clean, still see the gutter in the glass on me. God gave breath, city gave teeth. Now I pray in silk and bury grief, yeah. Penthouse, so like, still human.
Street light glow at 2 a.m. City breathing slow again. Cars pass like distant waves, but some people never leave the pavement. Sidewalk sleepers under neon rain, dreams folded in a shopping chain. Whole world walking past their pain, while the skyline shines again. Sidewalk sleepers in the midnight cold, stories that the headline never told. Every blanket hides a war survive, trying just to stay alive. Man by the subway with a cardboard bed, used to wear suits and a tie instead. Office closed when the market fell, now the station echoes where he dwell. Woman with a dog near the pharmacy door, worked 2 jobs till her back got sore. Medical bills like a rising tide, now the sidewalk is where she hide. People say why don't they just try, but the road back isn't nearby. One lost job and a ladder gone, one bad year and the ground moves on. One bad year, one bad year and the ground moves on. One bad year and the ground moves on.
Cities build towers made of glass and steel, but no one builds a place to heal. Shelters full and the wait list long. Policy speeches sound like a song. Addiction mixed with trauma scars, broken systems, broken cars. Families lost in the paperwork maze, waiting months just to change their day. Nation measured by the streets at night, not just wealth in the skyline light. Cause dignity isn't charity, it's a place where a person can finally be. Still there's volunteers in the winter wind, passing blankets and medicine. Church basements open after dark, little sparks in a heavy spark. Maybe housing is a human right, maybe hope starts with a room and light. Morning comes to the same cold ground, but somewhere hope still moves around.
Silver on the green, pain in the jaw. Hey, hey. Silver tiff confession, smile like armor, yeah. Laugh too loud when the room get harder. You see the flash, you don't read the room. I learned how to grin in a broken room, hey. Silver tiff confession, polished grief. Street born elegance with no relief. Every joke got a bruise underneath. Every young king bleeding through his teeth, yeah.
My uncle smiled wide at the dice game like gold on the inside's a pistol tucked tight. Said a man ain't rich till he hide his fear. I took that wrong for a lot of years. Thought style man never letting pain show. Thought real men turn heartbreak into smoke. Thought if you dress sharp enough, move slow enough, no one would hear your soul breaking up. Then my first love left in the middle of fame. Said you were cool like a mask all day. I said, would you want my blood on the floor? She said, nah, just honesty more. That hit harder than the nightstick did. Back when I was 16, dumb, all ego, no lid. Running with boys who mistook noise for power. All of us scared, just dress louder. Silver teeth, confession, smile like armor. Yeah, laugh too loud when the room get harder. You see the flash, you don't read the room. I learned how to grin in a broken room. Silver teeth, confession, polished grief. Street born elegance with no relief. Every joke got a bruise underneath. Every young king bleeding through his teeth. I remember court dates in a stiff white shirt. Mama in a back row, whispering prayer through her. Judge looked bored, clerk stamped fate. Whole life hanging on a stranger's pace. I beat that case, but not what it made. Not the paranoia, not the rage, not the habit of scanning every room. Like peace was a trick and safety move. So I bought chrome stones, custom frames. Curated herself too slick for blame. Fashion became scripture, fabric became shield. If I couldn't feel whole, I could at least look healed. That's how a lot of us survive these years. We master aesthetics before we face tears. Whole generation raised on flex and ache, trying to make pain look editorial grade. Exhale. What if the shine is a language? What if the smile is a bandage? Now I tell my nephew, cry if you need. Don't let the block decide what strain means. Don't inherit all the silence we wore. Don't make yourself sleep by the door. He asked me why I still wear all this still. I said cause beauty can be part of healing, but don't confuse the chain with the cure. Don't let your reflection become your only God for sure. So if I grin
wide in the strobe like blur. No, some of that smile was forged in her. No, some of that shine came straight from grief. No, some of us had to become more just to stay free. Silver teeth, confession, smile like armor. Yeah, laugh too loud when the room get harder. You see the flash, you don't read the wound. I learned how to grin in a broken room. Silver teeth, confession, polished grief. Street born elegance with no relief. Every joke got a bruise underneath. Every young king bleeding through his teeth. Yeah.
silver grin, slow breath. Hey,
still healing.
still shining. Caps in the air, cameras flash. But Bill arrives right after that. Student debt change on a young mind. Future sign on the dotted line. 4 years chasing promise goal. Now the numbers never fall. Oh. Graduation gown and borrowed shoes. Family proud in the crowded pews. First job letter in the mail. Then the payment plan detail. Dream was learning how to fly. Reality was learning why. Interest climbed like a mountain wall. Every month the balance tall. Teacher loans in medical school. Engineers stuck in financial rules. Degrees hanging on apartment walls. But the freedom never calls. Young couples delaying rings. Children waiting in the wings. Because the cost of yesterday keeps tomorrow locked away. Education meant to open doors. Now the chain of life the floors. Knowledge should be like not a dead that haunts the night. Maybe knowledge should be like not a dead that haunts the night. Caps still fall these summer sky, but freedom takes longer to arrive.
Everybody said he had potential. That word people use when they wanna compliment you without changing anything around you.
He was top of the class in the school with cracked glass. Read novels on the bus while the older boys laughed. Through every capital city, every president date, but still ducked low when gunshots echoed too late. His mother cleaned offices after midnight shifts. Father gone south when he was 6, not dead, just vanished in a Wonder Woman's life. Sending birthday texts, sometimes never advice. Teachers loved him cause he spoke real clear. Did his homework, look adults in the ear. Principal called him a success story waiting, as if his life was a speech already written. Counselors and scholarships might take him away if you keep your head down, don't get lost in the haze. But home needed money, little cousins needed rides. Grandma's pills cost more every month than before. His best friend Malik sold weed at the school, said books don't feed nobody, be cool. Still came to basketball, still shared fries. Still dream of Teslas in somewhere quiet. 2 rows running parallel till they bent. One toward escape, one toward quick rent. And the city loved to pretend those were choices, not responses to the weight of different voices. He was the boy who never left, even when every teacher swore he was blessed. Even when the whole town said you gon' make it out, yeah. Some roots get tangled in debt and regret. He was a boy who never left, not because he lacked a dream of death, not because survival lasts for more than talent alone. And some kids grow up carrying too much for one soul, yeah. Senior year came with caps and applause. He got in the state on a partial cost. Still needed housing, books, and food. Still needed someone cover what they won't do. Then grandma slipped in the bathroom at dawn. Hip broke bad, rehab long. Mother couldn't miss work cause I still needed school. And the family looked at him like families do. Now with cruelty worse with need, the kind that grows silently then becomes greed. You the smart when you figure it out, so we figured out how to stay, not how to get out. Worked at the warehouse by the river bend, loading pallets till the shoulders bent. Told himself just 1 year, then I'll go. But when you breathe another before you know, Malik got locked on a traffic stop. Wrong county, wrong judge, whole future dropped. The boy visit with me through scratched up glass. Started seeing how the system counts some lives fast. He read about redlining, labor, death, prison stats. Started seeing history in the streets he walked at. Not as trivia, but architecture bone. A blueprint for who gets moved and who gets on. Everybody asks why some people stay. Nobody asks what staying had to pay. What do these sound like in a rented room? What love can become when it cancels your room to move? By 28, he taught night GD in the same old school where he used to be. Told young fathers, young mothers, read this twice. The world is rigged, but you still got a right to think precise. Malik came home with a tired laugh. Said prison made time feel fake and vast. They sat on the bleachers where they once made plans. 2 men now, both carrying invisible hands. All their fathers, their city, their country's map. All the ways of life can narrow through the cracks. One night a student asked, Mr. You ever leave? He paused long enough for the whole room to breathe. Said no, but I still believe that leaving is the only way to prove a mind is great. Then walked home under the same street light home. Past the same corner store, same tired drums. I felt no miracle, no clean relief. Just a hard one, kind of unfinished piece. Cause he had stayed. Yeah, saying yes, part of him grieved it, but part of him knew the block needed witnesses too. Needed people who understood the cost and refused to call it fate. He was the boy who never left, even when every teacher swore he was blessed. Even when the whole town said, you gon' make it out, yeah. Some roots get tangled in debt and regret. He was the boy who never left, not because he lacked a dream of death, but because survival lasts for more than talent alone. And some kids grow up carrying too much for one soul, yeah. Everybody said he had potential. They were right, they just didn't know. Potential can become service when escape is too expensive.
At school they called her Emily. At home they called her Esmeralda. She answered to both and fully belonged to me. 4th grade classroom in a valley heat. Pledge of allegiance, dusty sneakers on her feet. Teacher smiled, stumbled on the roster line. As Can we call you Emily? It's easier sometimes. She naughty, yes, cause children learn fast how to trace small truths to make a day pass. At home, abuela wrote tortillas then said me, I don't let them erase your skin. Her father roofed houses under brutal sun. Mother cleaned offices when the day was done. No papers for years, just faith and fear. And a child translating what adults should hear. She read lease forms, doctor notes, utility threats. At 12 she knew which words adults regret. Knew how to say application pending review. Knew how to sound calm when the caller turns cruel. The child with two names learned two different ways to survive in the country that loves and denies. One name for the hallway, one name for the home. One voice at the counter, one voice alone. The child with two names carried more than sound. She carried whole worlds that wouldn't sit down. And America smiled when she translated pain. And that's why her childhood never looked the same. Middle school came with border talk loud. Kids repeating what they heard from grown crowds. Go back, one boy muttered under his breath as if she hadn't lived this. She remembered herself. She went home quiet, asked her mother straight, are we illegal or the just and safe? Mother cried in the laundry room with the fan on. Said me, some questions don't have dinner phones. Ice rated a plan 2 towns east that year. Her father stopped sleeping, jumped at every gear. On the street, on the porch, by the mailbox lid. That's what fear does when the state wants a kid. So your labor, but not your name. Your taxes, but not your claim. Your strength when it feels me hands. Your silence when policy hardens its stance. She excelled in debate by junior spring. Argue policy like it was oxygen. Teacher said you should run one day. She laughed too hard and looked away. Cause leadership sounds romantic from the outside. Listen when your family is one stop from exile. But she kept winning, kept sharpening the blade of language against the walls people made.
What is citizenship? Paper? Accent? Blood? Or the courage to keep loving a place that keeps questioning your right to belong?
Senior year, her father got pulled in a stop. Broken tail light, long check, hand near the clock. Nothing happened again, that American phrase meaning trauma without a headline for days. She got valedictorian speech in blue rose. Didn't mention fear to the final note. Said some of us grew up translating not just words, but the distance between naming nations, ideals, and how it works. People stood, some cried, some stayed. Local paperclip quotes, trying to sharpen edges there. But the girl with two names had already decided. She studied law, migration, power divided. Years later, she argued before a state appeals court. Name on the docket, exactly is born. Esmeralda, Emily, raised both held in one line. The full self no longer split for easier time. The child with two names learned two different ways to survive in a country that loves and denies. One name for the hallway, one name for the home. One voice at the counter, one voice alone. The child with two names carried more than sound. She carried whole worlds that wouldn't sit down. And America smiled when she translated pain. And that's why her childhood never looked the same. At school they called her Emily. At home they called her Esmeralda. She answers to both. But now she decides how her name is spoken.
Courtroom quiet like a church, but the verdict feels louder than prayer. The color of justice ain't always blind. Sometimes it remembers the color of your skin. Sometimes it remembers where you've been. And sometimes it forgets you again. Public defender flipping through a file. 50 cases waiting in a pile. Young man standing in borrowed shoes, trying to explain the life he knew. Neighborhood raised him on survival code. Opportunity living a different role. But the courtroom clock don't hear that pass. Only sees the charge in the photograph. Meanwhile across town, marble floors shine. Lawyers billing hundreds every hour of time. Two systems walking side by side. One for the rich, one for those who hide. Justice is a scale we build by hand, but the weight still shifts across the land. justice starts when truth speaks loud. When fairness rises above the crowd, and maybe one day the gavel sound will mean the same for every town.
Wasn't gang, wasn't saint, just a kid in between, and that's where most of America lives. County orange look clean in the daylight as palm trees stuck a wall, smiling dads. But behind a retail glow in the freeway sprawl was a boy named Eli, trying not to fall. His mother sold cosmetics at the mall kiosk. His stepdad fixed EFIAC and preach hard luck. Men don't cry, men adjust. So while I learned silence and anger just up his trust, he wrote verses in the note sap after midnight about panic pills and pretending he felt right. At school he cracked jokes, kept grades decent enough. Played JV ball, acted never too tough. But his best friend Noah got deep in the forums, conspiracy clips and apocalypse boredom. Said, bro, nobody tells us what's real. I laughed it off, but he knew to repeal. Cause certainty feels holy when you're inside shaking. A lost young man will love whatever gives shape. He was a good kid, mostly to mostly. Met a bad week to pain, found language in the wrong feet. To shame got louder than sleep. He was a good kid, mostly, and that should matter more. Cause some lives don't collapse from evil, they drift through an unlocked door. Started small, skip class, hit a vape, stayed numb. Nowhere brought us to the bleachers after drum line done. Said let's make the static stop. Eli said no twice, then yes a lot. Home life got tighter when money thinned out. Stepdad yelling more, mother spacing out. One night dish broke, stepdad slammed the wall. I took the car keys just to leave it all. He drove the Newport with the windows down. Cried at a stoplight where nobody looked around. That's the thing about wealth, it can make pain invisible. Clean sidewalks, manicured, lawns of spare, still digital. We met a girl named Erin at a beachside fire. She said she liked his eyes cause they looked tired, as if exhaustion meant death. As a broken man art, he fell for that fast cause loneliness is smart. But love built on wounds tends to bleed through. Mary had her own storm she was running through. By December they were both barely eating. Posting black screen quotes about emptiness and meaning. Counselor called once, asked if he felt safe. He said I'm straight with the practice face. No one wants to become a concern in a file. So kids learn to drown politely with a smile. Not every tragedy comes with tape. Some arrive as habits, grace, weight loss, escape. Some happen quietly in a bedroom glow. While the whole house thinks they know. The overdose didn't kill him, just almost. Bathroom tile, ambulance, mother's ghost of a scream that changed her forever that night. I woke up, hand cut the IV light. Hospital psych, unit 7 days, no phone. Group therapy chairs, finally not alone. He heard a linebacker talk about cutting his arm. A violent girl talk about surviving harm. A boy from wealth talk about prison rage and the sameness of pain. Cracked something in his cage, months later restarted. Speaking at schools, not as a hero, not with rehearsed cool. Just said I was the kid you probably missed. Not feeling enough for a checklist. No, it got worse, then better, then worse again. Recovery in a clean script to end. Mirror move north, sent one final note. Hope you choose life louder than I wrote. Eli still has bad nights by the coast highway. Still feels the pull of the old escape ways. But now he texts first, now he names the fog. Now he knows pain multiplies in the dark. And when he sees boys laughing too hard in a group, he wonders what grief they're teaching each other to mute. Cause a mirror loves broken boys once they explode. But really funds the silence that built the load. He was a good kid, mostly to mostly. Met a bad week to pain, found language in the wrong feet. To shame got louder than sleep. He was a good kid, mostly, and that should matter more. Cause some lives don't collapse from evil, they drift through an unlocked door. He wasn't gang, wasn't sane, just a kid in between. And that's where most of America leaves, trying not to become a story too late.
Jefferson Avenue used to smell like bread. Now it smells like dust and paint thinner.
One less family left on the block.
Everybody else got bought out.
Yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Price bought that house in '84. Union wages, one Buick, 2 kids, 1 flow. Built the deck by hand with a bar of salt. Raised tomatoes out back and believed in law. Not perfect law, but a life with sequence. Work say, hold on, maybe get decent. Then the plant downsized and the pension shrank. Then Mrs. Price got sick, then the roof got damn. Kids move south for job to stay. Called every Sunday, sent what they made. But agent has a way of multiplying costs. And neighborhoods get renamed right before they lost. Investors come with clipboards and smiles. Caught the block right after skipping it for miles. Now boutiques bloom where the hardware stood. And rent triple faster than wages could. The last house on Jefferson won't stay alone for long. Progress got a bulldozer home like a gospel song. They say revival, they say new life. They say up and coming with a grin. But every shiny sign that softly, who gets to remain within? The last house on Jefferson still has family in the bank, still has birthdays in the doorway, prayers in the screen door frame.
You can't price memory by the square foot count.
Go watch them try block by block till the old folks vanish out.
It's the price died in late spring rain. It's the price set quieter after change. Watch young couples walk dogs past this day. Caught the area charming like history came lately. Coffee shop kids type novels by the glass. None of them knew the ride smoke that once blew past. None of them knew the linen maps in red. They kept black hands from owning what they bled for instead. To develop a mail letters every month.
All cash off and no repairs, quick close, good luck.
His son said, Dad, maybe take the deal. His daughter cried, don't let them erase what's real. He stood in the kitchen touching cabbage scars where the kids once marked how to get the wooden bars of pencil lines, names, dates, summer years. A whole archive stored in cheap veneer.
Who owns history? The people who lived it, the people who market it, the people who arrive late and call survival aesthetic. Final summer neighborhood kids still cut through. One girl brought a mail when the storm winds blew. He taught her how to hammer up in bad nail. Told her stories of the strike in the county jail. So they call this progress when the poor get moved. But a place without memory ain't improved. She listened hard in the world that forgets. Old men, old blocks, old dead.
He died in October in his front room chair. TV low, church fan in the air. Son sold the property by December, snow townhouse plans approved before the New Year show. That little girl grown later wrote in the local paper about Jefferson redlining land and erasure. Quarter Mr. Price, the place without memory ain't improved.
Suddenly, the city had to hear the truth. The last house on Jefferson won't stay alone for long. Progress got a bulldozer home like a gospel song. They say revival, they say new life, they say up and coming with a grin. But every shiny sign that's off.
Who gets to remain within?
The last house on Jefferson still has family in the paint, still has birthdays in the doorway, prayers in the screen door frame.
You can't price memory by the square foot count.
Go watch them try block by block till the old folks vanish out.
Jefferson Avenue used to smell like bread.
Now it smells like dust and paint thinner.
One last family left on the block. Now it's a plaque in the store.
If anybody bothers to ask.
Yeah. Yeah. Midnight on the marble floor. Gold frames, cold air, slow step. Hey. Velvet hallway, ghosts in the plane. Yeah. Champagne cold, but the room feels strange. Everybody love to shine, not the way it is. Everybody see the crown, not the hate. Yeah. Velvet always names in the wall. Old scars dressed in designer cloth. The light hit right, I look untouchable. But the dark know everything I lost, yeah. I walked in clean, fur collar, nice on black. Whole room froze, but my chest still fall back. Cause the higher you climb, the more you hear echoes. Old failures in tuxedos, old pain and retros. Mama used to fold bills on the kitchen edge. Ran through fridge like prayer in the breath. Now I'm rooftop high with the skyline spread. But I still count losses when I lay my head. They see the rings, they don't see the panic. They see the silk, they don't see the damage. I know rich men that still crying silence. I know broke boys with the heart of giants. My cousin got booked when we was 19. I got out through music, he got stuck in a machine. Same block, same train, same wind of steam. One got a contract, one a number, that's me. Now I wore black shades to the funeral rain. Cause I ain't wanna let nobody read my face. Pastor said greed, make a man more real. I went home and wrote pain in the cadence of steel. Velvet always ghosts in the pain. Yeah. Champagne cold, but the room feels strange.
Everybody love to shine out the way. Everybody see the crown out there, yeah. Velvet always names in the wall. Old scars dressed in designer clothes. The light hit right, I look untouchable, but the dark know everything I lost, yeah. Fashion week, front row, cameras flash. Somebody asked where I learned class at. I almost laughed, almost said hunger, cause hunger teach posture when the cold gets stronger. I learned timing from eviction knocks, learned silence from men with a pistol tucked, learned beauty from women who still wore red even when the lights got cut and the kids weren't fed. My auntie said, boy, don't let money lie to you. Gold got a tongue and it hypnotize you. She married a man with a suit and a smiley, broke her soul in a country club style. Now I'm in Paris with the same old egg, different air, same heart, same pressure to escape. I look over bridges and think about home, how success still feel like expensive alone. Breathe in. All this velvet can't hide the bruise. All this gold can't rewrite the truth. Whoa. Sometimes the shine just make the dark look newer. So I keep one chair for the ones I miss, one prayer for the ones life gets with fists, one chain for the nights we survived off less, one page for the pain I still can't confess. And if I walk slow through the marble hall, it's cause I hear the past in the chandelier fall. Every room got memory trapped in the trim, every wing got a name carved under the skin. I'm not the hero, I just made it through. Still got bad dreams and expensive rooms. Still see my own self on the corner stoop, looking at the Benz like maybe one day too. Now I pull up blacked out soft leather seats, but I still feel grief in the bass and beat. So if I look cool, the survival king. Some of us learn style from suffering. Velvet always goes in the pain. Champagne cold, but the room feels strange. Everybody love to shine out the way. Everybody see the crown out there, yeah. Velvet always names in the wall. Old scars dressed in designer cloth. The light hit right, I look untouchable, but the dark know everything I lost, yeah. Slow breath, marble cold, so warm. Still walking, still here.
Run that back one time. Yeah. Turn the bass up. Whole seat vibing tonight. Yeah. You can grab a rarest designer in the store if you want it. Started a wave and the whole world caught it. New timepiece shining with a golden component. Every second ticking like the crown was appointed. Late night flights keep the engines roaring. Wide awake till the sunrise morning. Crowds outside every stage I'm performing. Every single night got the skyline glowing. That ain't your ride, it's a rental illusion. Real ones know when the moves are proven. When the beat drops heavy, the crowd start moving. Energy rising like a tidal movement. Back in numbers, coming in stacks. Every city turning to another sort of act. From the bottom where the dreams were packed. Now the whole world watching every track. I'm from a place where the young ones hustle. Turn small sparks into major muscle. People talk but they never see the struggle. Only see the shine when the lights all double, yeah. Wave too strong, don't stand too near. You might get lost when the sound appears. City to roll my lane. Anywhere I go, if the check remain. Late night vibe always on my mind. Soon as I land up, I'm back in the grind. Do this daily, nothing new to say. Yeah, than I never seen replay. Wave too strong, don't stand too near. You might get lost when the sound appears. City to roll my lane. Anywhere I go, if the check remain. Late night vibe always on my mind. Soon as I land up, I'm back in the grind. Do this daily, nothing new to say. Yeah, than I never seen replay. Every new sunrise bring another win. Every long road bring another spin. Diamonds dancing when the lights go dim. Every small step turn a legend within. Private flights when the schedule tight. New city glow in the midnight light. Crowd jumping when the bass on bite. Turning every stage to a highlight night. No need change just to prove a rank. Real respect coming from the bank. Every move calm like a monster plan. While the critics talking from the stands. Designer threats from their head to the ground. Hard to pronounce but the style profound. If you step too close to the sound, you might feel the whole wave surround. Yeah. Vibe too well, vibe too well, vibe too well. Way too steady, way too steady, way too steady. Lights flashing through the skyline. Whole crowd moving in the same time. Way too strong, don't stand too near. You might get lost when the sun appears. City to roll my lane. Anywhere I go, if the check remain. Late night vibe always on my mind. Soon as I landed, I'm back in the grind. Do this daily, nothing new to say. Every night another scene replay. Way too strong, don't stand too near. You might get lost when the sun appears. City to roll my lane. Anywhere I go, if the check remain. Yeah.
big bus. South side. Rain on the window like static. Mama said, don't let this city teach you hate. I said, what if it already did? He was 17 with a hoodie and a school ID. Basketball dreams, dad sleep in a cracked up screen. Little sister at home drawing stars on my bar. Mama working 2 jobs, barely home at all. He knew his stairwell smelled like smoke and no fear. Which teachers still care, which cops like to stare. Which friend sold hope in the bag with a stamp. Which buzz got swallowed by the block and never came back. His father was a roommate in the county file. Voicemail from 3 years ago when the forced out smile. Grandma said anger is a tax on the poor, but the neighborhood collected at every door. He kept his grades high, just enough to survive, not enough to get noticed, just enough to slide. Persisting that low statistics more than names. Word kick it disappear and they call it the gang. Then one night, corner store chips in the drink, blue lights cut the dog before he had time to think. Hands where I could see them, he froze and moved slow. Heart beating so loud he could hear nothing else though. Officer looked young, maybe tired, maybe scared. 2 words on 1 second, both already prepared. For the words to be chillin', for the script they were so. 1 learn comply, die, 1 learn control. Nothing heaven, that's the thing, nothing happened at all. No shots, no cuss, nobody on the asphalt. But he walked home second like a man much older, cause he felt how thin life was on his shoulders. And his will was his dash, why you look like that? He said long night instead of the backpack. Thinking how a child could inherit a fear before she ever learned why the sirens appear. When the lights turn red, don't blink too long. Some truths come fast, some stay your whole life long. We say be safe like safety lives in a rule, but some kids learn danger on the walk home from school. When the lights turn red, who gets grace, who gets blamed, who gets called a suspect before they get called by name? Whole city brain just to make it through the dark, where the heart beat loud and a target on the heart. Across town that same night, officer drove alone. 2 kids at home, 1 mortgage, 1 cracked phone. 20 years old when he signed up for the badge. Now he 36, carrying ghosts in his bag. His father was a vet who never talked about war, just fixed old engines and dragged behind the garage door. Taught him a man protects, a man doesn't fold. Never taught him what fear does when it wears a patrol. He's seen overdoses, domestic calls, blood on towels. Talked 1 man down from a bridge in a freezing night. Saw a child or the brother while their mother got books orange. Boys laugh and still get treated like they were good. Training taught movement, threat, pattern, command. But real like blur between the pies of sea and the man. He didn't hate the kid at the store, not really, not clean. He just saw 1,000 headlines in 1 split second scene. And they haunted him total, he never say a plane. Get Shane sounds different when it wears a chain. They got home late and stood over his son's small bed. Thought about the kid with the fear in his head, and how the same red lights mean 2 different things to the one in the uniform and the one with no means. To escape what history plants in his skin, to escape what the city tells both sides to believe in. So who do we punish and who do we heal? What part is training and what part is real? What part is history breathing through the glass? What part is a country refueling its past? Years later, that boy that came a teacher downtown told the students look deeper than a siren sound. Kept snacks in his desk, kept books, case could fill. Taught Baldwin and algebra, grieving was real. That officer retired with a limp in his knees, about as thinking that for is no human can see. Said power without honesty poisons the room, and fear unexamined always reaches too soon. They met once by accident at a city hall panel. 2 men with the same night stored in different channels. One said I thought I might die, one said I thought I might too, and the silence between them felt painfully true. Not the kind that fixes everything with 1 scene, not the kind Hollywood tells is a clean ending, but the kind that opens 1 locked interior door and lets 2 people ask what justice is for. When the lights turn red, don't blink too long. Some truths come fast, some stay your whole life long. We say be safe like safety lives ain't a rule, but some kids learn danger on the walk home from school. When the lights turn red, who gets grace, who gets blamed, who gets called a suspect before they get called by name? Whole city brain just to make it through the dark, with a heart beat loud and a target on a heart. Mama said, don't let this city teach you hate. He whispered back, I'm trying.